Let's talk about an idea. It's a simple one, but it's pretty radical, and it might just flip everything you think you know about creativity right on its head.
Yeah, the famous psychologist Carl Jung said that. Now, just pause and think about that for a second. Ideas have people. It kind of suggests we're not really the masters of our own thoughts, right? That we're more like vessels. That the biggest breakthroughs aren't something we make, but something we receive.
So that's really the big question we're diving into here. If our absolute best ideas, the game changers, aren't just born from us grinding it out and thinking really hard, then what are they? I mean, where do they even come from?
Okay, to start cracking this mystery, we've got to go back, way back. Turns out, this feeling, this sense that you're just a channel for an idea, it's not new at all. It's a puzzle people have been fascinated by for, like, centuries.
You know, the ancient Greeks and Romans, they had a name for this. They called it the muse, or a genius spirit. They literally believed that creativity was delivered to you by some external spirit. And this had a really cool psychological perk, actually. If your art was amazing, hey, the genius gets the credit. But if it bombed, well, you could just blame the genius. It was a super clever way to protect an artist's ego from all that pressure.
All right, so where do we find the clues for this? Let's start in the world of art. Music, literature, where inspiration seems to love showing up when we least expect it, like, when we're fast asleep.
And our first case study? The one and only Paul McCartney, a guy who's written, a few hit songs. But maybe his most famous one of all showed up in a way that just completely baffled him.
So get this, that's McCartney talking about what he did after the entire melody for Yesterday, one of the most famous songs ever, just appeared fully formed in a dream. He literally woke up, ran to a piano to get it down, and then for weeks he was so paranoid that he'd stolen it from somewhere that he'd play it for people asking, "Have you heard this before?" It's like the song didn't come from him, it came through him. The idea had him, not the other way around. Okay, now let's jump over to the world of literature. Picture this. It's a dark and stormy summer, and you've got an 18-year-old Mary Shelley. She's been challenged to write a ghost story, but she's totally stuck. Nothing's coming.
And then, bam! In what she called a waking dream, the entire idea for Frankenstein just gets downloaded into her brain in this single, horrifying vision. She saw the whole scene, the scientist, the creature, twitching with life, a total nightmare. She woke up instantly knowing that if it terrified her that much, it would terrify everyone else. One of the most iconic monsters ever created wasn't built piece by piece. It was just witnessed.
Okay, so that's art. Makes sense, right? A little mysterious. But what about the cold, hard, logical world of science? Surely breakthroughs there are all about pure, rational thinking, right? Well, you might be surprised.
Let's meet August Kekulé. He's a German chemist back in the 1860s, and he is completely stuck on a massive scientific puzzle. What in the world is the structure of the benzene molecule? He worked on it, but the answer just wouldn't come.
Until one night, he's dozing off by the fire, and he has this vision. He sees atoms dancing around, and then he sees the ancient symbol of the Ouroboros. The snake eating its own tail. And he wakes up in a flash. That was it. Benzene was a closed ring. The solution wasn't something he calculated. It was something that was revealed to him. He was just the guy the idea decided to show up for.
Here's another one for you. This is Elias Howe, an American inventor, and he is struggling big time. He's trying to build a modern sewing machine, but there's this one critical problem he can't solve. Where do you put the eye of the needle?
And then what happens? He has a nightmare. He dreams he's been captured by a group of cannibals, and they're surrounding him, threatening him with spears. But in the middle of all this terror, he notices something weird. The spears have holes in them, right near the tip. He wakes up, and boom, there's the answer. Put the eye at the point of the needle, not at the end like a regular needle. A nightmare literally solved a huge engineering problem.
So okay, let's just pause here, because this is the really wild part. Look at these two stories. You've got chemistry on one side, mechanical engineering on the other. Totally different fields, totally different problems. But the source of the big aha moment? It's exactly the same. An unexpected symbolic vision that just pops into their head in a dream, usually after they've been struggling with it for a long, long time. I mean, that's a pattern that's pretty hard to ignore.
And look, this isn't just some dusty old thing from history books. Let's see how this exact same phenomenon is playing out right now, in our modern world. From the tech you're probably using to watch this, to the sports we all love.
Okay, fast forward to 1996. We've got Larry Page, a 22-year-old grad student at Stanford. And he's got this problem.
how do you search the web, which is just exploding in size?
So, where did the idea for Google's core algorithm come from? You guessed it, a dream. He literally dreamt that he downloaded the entire web and was just looking at how all the links connected to each other. He woke up with the fundamental concept for PageRank, the idea that launched what is now one of the biggest companies on the planet. He was just the right person at the right time for a world-changing idea to find.
And the list just goes on and on. It's incredible. James Cameron's The Terminator, that whole idea came from a fever dream he had about a chrome skeleton crawling out of a fire. Golf legend Jack Nicklaus fixed a major slump in his game because he dreamt about a new way to grip his club. J.K. Rowling, she says the entire idea for Harry Potter just fell into her head while she was stuck on a train. Nikola Tesla's AC motor appeared to him like a flash of lightning while he was walking in a park. It's everywhere. The pattern is just undeniable.
Okay, we've seen the evidence now, right? From music and science to technology and sports. So the big question is, what do we do with all this? What does this mean for you and your own creativity?
Well, maybe nobody said it better than the legendary choreographer Martha Graham. She had this really profound way of looking at what an artist's job actually is.
So Graham basically said, look, there's this life force, this energy in the universe that wants to be expressed, and it gets translated through you. Your job, she said, isn't to judge it. It's not even to understand it. Your only job is to keep the channel open. Don't block it. Just be the pipe it flows through. This completely flips the script, doesn't it? The creative act isn't about generating something, it's about receiving something.
Now, of course, modern psychology has an explanation for all this. It's your subconscious mind, right? It's like this supercomputer that's always working on problems in the background. And when it figures something out, it serves it up to your conscious mind in that sudden aha moment. And that's a totally valid way to look at it. But for the person actually experiencing it, for McCartney, for Shelley, for Kekulé, it often feels like something else entirely. It feels external, like a gift, and maybe both views can be true at the same time. Thinking of yourself as a channel is just a really powerful way to tell that inner critic to be quiet and get out of your own way.
So let's end with this thought. If ideas really do have people, if they're out there, just looking for a host to bring them to life, well, that changes everything, doesn't it? It means our job isn't just about grinding and forcing it. It's also about listening, about being open and receptive, about keeping that channel clear. Which brings us to one last big question. What great idea is out there right now, trying to find you?